Hello. Wait. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of my live interview series. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you're all having a wonderful day wherever you're tuning in from. If you're watching live, drop hello in the comments and tell us where you're watching from. Before I go on and introduce my guest, I would like to introduce myself again for those who doesn't know me yet and new in my live series. My name is Marita Stakes, your host. I'm a wife, a mom of three, originally from Pampanga, Philippines, now residing here in Virginia for 35 years now. I'm a former hairstylist and a salon owner, now a proud digital business owner. Today's guest has such an inspiring story that I know many of you will relate to. He's joining us all the way from Canada, and he's a perfect example of how courage and commitment can truly transform your life. Um, Please help me welcome Rico, a former chef, correctional worker, and now a proud and successful digital business owner. Thank you so much, Rico, for being here today. Let's start from the beginning, Rico. Can you introduce yourself and share a bit about your background? What it was like working as a chef and then as a officer?
Well, hello, Marita. Hello, everyone who's watching. Thank you for having me on here today. It truly is an honor. And my name is Rico. And if you're hearing noises in the background, that's my little one here who wanted to join in on the interview. Um, as a chef, for me, it was hard. I went to school to be a chef, and I worked my way up from the ranks from a prep cook all the way up to a junior sous chef. But I moved to Canada in 2020. And, when you move to a brand new country, things become a little more challenging than you think it would be. And it had a point in my life where I had to work two jobs to make ends meet to put food on the table. And so for me, I had to make a change of career, and I put it off for a long time because I couldn't see myself working in a prison because I trained as a chef. I love food, but it just wasn't providing for my family like it was supposed to, or I had dreamt it would be. And I had to make a tough call, and I decided, you know what, being a correctional officer is something that is going to help me to still help people and make a difference in my community. And I still didn't know what to expect. I didn't think that it would be an easy road, and really and truly it wasn't. But being able to have a, a job that aligns with that work life balance in terms of being able to still have a couple of days to be with my family is something that was very important to me. So making the switch was challenging, but it was something that was needed to prioritize family, prioritize that family life, work life balance that then coincides with having an online digital business and them working together.
Wow, wow, that's a lot of highlights, and it's a lot of discipline on those long hours that you're working as a chef. Uh, well, it's still the same thing. It's customer service, still helping people.
Yes.
And then being in the correctional department, that's also helping people. And the same purpose, now you are a digital business owner. It's the same purpose. We're all helping people again, right? So What made you start looking for something different, like this digital business?
Well, to be honest, again, it came in with being an immigrant and coming here with big dreams, big goals, especially wanting a big family, and
Mhm.
then getting hit with the reality that everything's going to take longer because one, even trying to get a loan from the banks are like, well, we don't know you. You need to build up some kind of trust with us. You got to work for someone for 2 years. And I'm like, 2 years. And then at that same time, my wife and I had a music and yoga studio that we taught kids how to do yoga. I brought in the aspect of Caribbean style dance, and also I taught kids from ages like 4 to 12 how to just prepare meals in the kitchen, simple meals that they could help themselves, but also be in the environment in the kitchen with their parents. And after 2020, we had to close because as a small business, we weren't able to communicate like we wanted to. We weren't able to blow musical instruments. We weren't able to sing just because of the fear of spreading the germs. And so,
Right.
that was a big crinkle in our life because that was our bread and butter. That was our storefront. That was how we made money, along with me working my jobs. And that big change is what sparked me to look for something, especially when I'm at work and my wife is sending me videos of, let's just say, my firstborn, him rolling over for the first time. And in the moment, those were very, very exciting, but also, you want to talk to me? But also, just very heartbreaking because my father wasn't present for me when I was young, and I always vowed, I would never be like him. I would always be present. I would always show up. And the separation, honestly, I think a lot of men don't talk about it as much, but it hurt. It hurt not being there for my wife, especially when she was having a challenging day, or it hurt when she sent those videos and pictures and I wasn't able to be a part of that in-person experience. So I think wanting that and knowing that I didn't want to work till I was 65. That's the honest truth. I always had an entrepreneur mindset. I always just I joke about it, but I'm always like, I'm a hustler. Like, I don't have time to play. I want to pay off our debt. I want to travel. I want to be able to do things, and it means I got to step up and do the work now. So that's why I look for something flexible and online.
Oh, okay. That was very inspiring, Rico. And I totally can resonate with your story because I was an immigrant myself coming here in the US. Um, I was, like not so sure if I really want to stay here in the beginning because, like you said, it will take about a couple years to establish. I wanted to go back to school because when I came here, I was in college, and when I left the Philippines, and I can't even get a loan for a school loan, or you have to establish yourself first before you will be able to. And so, it was really tough and it's hard. And like you said about 2020, that's also the same time for me, um, when I had to shut down my shop, and all this is all, about, working in a very stressful job, 9 to 5, and for me, the same thing. I look into a different job after I shut down the shop, something that I can work at home and something that I can enjoy, travel and take my job with me. So yeah, totally, totally, resonate with your story too. So, how did you came across this digital business?
Honestly, I was on Facebook, just scrolling one night, and a video popped up of a lady that looked like me, and she was just talking about having an additional income stream, being able to work from home, being able to be more present for the family. And I saw it at first and it caught my attention and I didn't pay any mind because I'm like, this is one of those things where it sounds too good to be true. I don't have time for this. Mainly because I had maybe a couple months before I came across uh, a, another post, but that one turned out to be a scam. So obviously now at this point, I'm skeptical and I'm like, this is a little scary and too much to wrap my head around. But the thing that caught my attention was when she said, you can jump on a call or you can have a chat. And I was like, okay, well, I don't think someone that's necessarily scamming is going to be like that. And then when I checked
Mm.
out her Facebook page, I saw pictures of her kids, pictures of her. And it looked like she was doing things that I would do, going for a walk in the park, cooking, just everyday things. And so I said, hey, I sent her a message and I said, hey, is this real? Because at this point in my life, I need something to help me make a change. I am not about playing games. I want to be wealthy. I want to be debt free. Can we jump on a call? And she said, yep, sure. We jumped on a call and it was a Zoom call, thankfully. And I was like, I was grilling. I was checking out the background and everything, making sure it wasn't fake or anything. And
Right.
then on top of that, I heard that she had a Caribbean accent, which was Vincentian. And I'm like, oh, you a neighbor because I'm from Barbados. And so that started to build a trust and a connection. Um, and I started to let my guard down. I watched a free presentation that explained how the business works. And I wrote down my questions. I asked her maybe like 2 or 3 questions after because there were some things I didn't understand. Coming as a chef, I didn't know exactly what or some of the lingo I was hearing. I was like, I don't know how to do that. But then realizing that it was going to be easier for me to set up than trying to set back up a yoga studio, trying to find a location, paying for all the property taxes and everything. This was something that I would be able to do from home. It started to spark my attention even more. And then eventually I brought it to my wife because I'm like, look, this is it. This is our way out. It may take some time, but I think this is our way out. And so, yeah, that's how I really started up.
Wow. Very nice, Rico. I really like that story. Whoever's watching right now, there's a lot of clues and nuggets that thrown out there for them. You have to do your due diligence. Make sure that that the business that you're going in is into is legit,
Legit.
and we are legit because we have a ID number, tax ID number. We pay taxes and all that, so
Do.
that answers some of the questions whoever's listening. uh, s- and so what are the changes have you noticed since you start your digital business, like in your time, mindset, or family life,
I
personally or
think
professionally?
there's a ton of changes to be honest. For me, people would people would think it's the monetary change in terms of being able to have an additional income stream. And yes, I've seen the money come in, the checks, and it makes a difference. You feel more confident, you feel more at peace. But I have to say, because I mentioned before, my father wasn't present for me. I don't think I had the structure and the guidance that I needed to be the man that I am today. So I thank my grandmother, I thank my mother, I thank God, and every other person that played a part in my life to help me be who I am today. Definitely not perfect, but I think I have grown a lot, especially after starting the online business. I think it's just become one full circle. And the reason I say that is because not having a parent that you look up to present, I really started to uh, get angry as a kid, and you start making excuses and all the things under the sun that you could possibly think of in a negative aspect. And so I've grown as a person because we did a lot of personal development. You had to be honest with yourself. You realize a lot of things like you're spending money foolishly,
Mhm.
or you're not
Mhm.
taking responsibility for certain things, or you're being lazy. So all these things really came to light. It's almost like you were in therapy and you had to
Yeah.
be honest with yourself. And I say, you know what? Yeah, we could do better. Well, me, I can do better, and I can be the provider for my family, even if I didn't have the guidance to do it. And so that personal development part for me is the biggest change and the biggest positive effect on my life, because it helped me to be a better person, dad, husband, and now a business owner. Because honestly, I was telling myself I won't be successful as a business owner, mainly too because I will be honest, it is a business. So at first, it did take longer than I thought it would be for me. But I also had to put it all again full circle and be like, not just money is success. Being able to have communications with people who
Yeah.
are seeing your posts, seeing your videos, they're seeing you elevate not just with the money, but they're seeing you elevate by being more responsible and teaching people how to do simple things that a lot of people are scared to talk about, like pay off their debt, is something that I have grown in. And so I'm truly thankful for this business because I've also met some amazing people, yourself included. Congratulations again on your success so far in the business. You're truly an inspiration to not just myself, but everyone here. So we thank
Thank you.
you for your
Thank you
platform.
so much.
So thank you for that, Marita. And yeah, I think being able to travel, since I started this business, I was able to take my family to, I'm pretty sure it's like 12 countries. So I think just the overall growth in terms of my mindset is the best thing that's happened to me in this business.
Wow. That was great. That's the same thing with me. For me, those are the big changes, and some things that are noticeable. Ever since I started the business, I was able to travel. And of course, I was at the convention in San Diego,
Mhm, mhm.
and now going to I'm going to travel to the Philippines and then end my year to Sydney because there's, like a gather and grow over
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
So I will be traveling there. So
yeah.
those are just little, those are just a few of the things that, that this business can do for us,
100%.
and
Yep.
the biggest thing, like you said, is the community. I feel
Yep.
like everywhere I go, I have friends,
Yeah.
globally, I have friends everywhere now,
Literally.
So
Literally.
that is very, very, um, success or a win for me already. So,
Nice.
I have one more question before we
Okay.
wrap this up. What
Shoot.
advice would you give to someone watching right now who's thinking about starting, but still has doubts or fears? Because you've been there, you had that fear. What will you advise our viewers right now who are, thinking about having their own?
You know what? That's a good one. And that's why I love our online business, is because we don't come on here to social media to convince anyone to start this business. We literally just share the benefits of the business and how it can help them. And I think when you're in a business, yes, you still need to have um, a service or a product so that it can be a positive effect. It can have a positive effect on your potential audience or your potential business partners. Um, but I would say own your skepticism, own your doubt, because at the end of the day, it's a natural part of being a human being, and that's what helps to safeguard you. What I would say to that is don't let it hinder you from taking the free education that we provide. And again, we have a free presentation every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the reason we do that is because we believe in the business model, we believe in how it works. Just for example, for me, I work with a big population of people across Canada, and I don't force anyone about my business. If they ask me what I do, I tell them what I do on the side. If they're interested, they are. If they're not, and it's okay. Why? Because again, like Marita said, this
Yeah.
business is global. We advertise across the world, but we don't sell products, we don't store products, we don't host parties, we don't have to do any of that because our business model is set up for us to win. Win how? Win by us being able to have more flexible time with our family. You just heard Marita, she's about to take off on another traveling journey, and it's something that allows for you to be able to tap into the person that you didn't know you could possibly be for yourself. It might be for your family. It might be for the future you, right? And it is so simple to get our information. You can either go to statesgracemarie.com, enter your name and email address there on Marita's website, and you can get a free presentation. Or if you don't have time, I know that's a big thing for everyone now. I don't have enough time. We have a replay that you can sit and watch
Yeah.
in your own time, whether you're washing the dishes, whether you're folding the laundry, so that you can get the information. I think the biggest thing is when someone is giving you free information, I think it's a value. So even if it's not an opportunity for you, maybe you might have a cousin, a brother, or someone who's in need of being able to tap into this business model and be able to help themselves, help their family. Because again, we don't sell products, we don't store them, and it's something that allows us to be able to spend more time with the family. So, like me, I work long hours sometimes, and then I have my short shifts. So, the reason I was saying I have a work life balance is because even though sometimes I'm tired, I don't have to leave to go to another job. I can tap into my online business. I can do it from anywhere. Usually is my living room or my bed, because I can use my
Yeah.
phone. And people reach out to us just with the same questions that you may have right now that you might think may be a stupid question, and it's not. So you can also leave your questions in the comment section there, and we can also respond. We can do another interview, we can do another video, because I know how it is to be skeptical. I know how it is to want to know how you can get out of this financial 9 to 5 rut, and you just don't know. You're afraid, you're skeptical. I tell people I work for the government of Canada. I cannot be associated with anything that's illegal because one, I'll be fired. And two, I don't want to be fired because having multiple income streams, like my job to help fund my business, is something that's important to my growth right now. And so I I am as transparent as possible. I'm an open book for when you want to find your information, and so is Marita. So if you're skeptical, that's fine. If you want to get out of your 9 to 5 rut, if you want to be someone who's making a difference in your life, you want to try something new, send us a message, send us a DM or register on our websites. They're here on the screen, and you'll be able to have that information. It's free of charge. We don't charge you. Can I have that marker, please, Lovey? We don't charge you for this information. And I encourage you to just look for something new. Look for the parts of your life that you want to enhance and think about it. Can this business help me get out of my 9 to 5 rut? Yes. Is it something that I can do while I'm still working my 9 to 5, but eventually one day maybe replace that income? Yes, it is. Is it something where you have to sell products or store them or ask friends or family to support you? No, you do not. Are you provided with training from scratch? Yes, you are. Support from a real human being who will sit down and help guide you and teach you the ropes that we've been through? Yes, we will. So I hope that's answered a couple questions of your skepticism that you may have. I don't know if Marita has any more she wants to share, but yeah, I think those are the things I went through, and I try
Oh,
to help people with that because I know how it is.
I think you covered it all, Rico. That was great. But like you said, that skepticism is like, it's in your mind. You cannot ignore that because you're guarding yourself, like you said.
Yep.
But the same thing, we won't put our face out here and having my full name, your
Yep.
website, your family picture in the background,
Exactly.
my home over here. We
Yeah.
will not be showing all this if this is,
No.
not legit.
Yeah.
But you did cover a lot, Rico. That was a very great information for those who are watching us right now. So
Yeah.
that was awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, Rico, for sharing your amazing story and your journey from working in such a demanding career to finding success and freedom in this digital world. Uh,
Hmm.
your story is truly inspiring. So to
Thank
everyone's watching, if Rico's story resonates with you and you're curious to learn more about how this business works, don't hesitate to check our websites. Mine is www.statesgracemarie.com, or you can go to Rico's. It's www.ricomeyers.com. So very easy, guys. Just check out our websites and register. It will ask for your email,
you.
and this is complimentary. It's no charge.
No.
It's the same one that helped both of us start our journeys. Again, thank you, Rico, for joining us, and thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Don't forget to follow and share this live to inspire someone else who might need to hear this message today. Until next time, stay inspired and keep thriving. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Ciao for now. Thank you, Rico. See you
Thanks for
next
having me,
time.
Marita. Yes, please.
Thank you. You're welcome.